There is an ancient book, sealed away for thousands of years. People call it the Book of Thoth, a creation of the Egyptian god of wisdom himself. Legend has it that whoever reads it will gain knowledge of ancient magic, understand the language of animals, even summon the spirits of the dead. But at the same time, they will go mad, or die under mysterious circumstances. Is it real, or just a myth woven from fear? The strange thing is, stories of this book appear in many ancient texts, from Pharaoh's tombs to the Library of Alexandria. And every time, the story ends in death. A curse, or knowledge too great for any human to bear? Centuries have passed, and no one can say for sure if the book truly exists. But no one dares to say it doesn't. And if one day it's right in front of you, would you dare open it? In the mythological universe of ancient Egypt, Thoth was unlike any other god. He bore no weapons, ruled neither the skies, the seas, nor the realm of the dead. Instead, Thoth was the god of wisdom, language, and magic, the divine scribe of the gods, the only one wise enough to measure time and judge souls. His most familiar image, a man with the head of an ibis, holding a pen and a stone tablet, always writing, always watching, as if recording the fate of the world itself. And from that infinite wisdom, he created a book. The ancient Egyptians called it the Divine Scroll. We know it today as the Book of Thoth. Legend says the book contains 2 parts. The first grants the reader the ability to understand the voices of all things, the wind, the birds, the rivers, the stars. The second part is far more dangerous. It gives the power to raise the dead and to wield the might of the gods. Too dangerous to exist, the book was sealed by Thoth himself and buried deep beneath the Nile, bound by terrible curses. But as with all forbidden things, its allure only grew stronger. Centuries later, an Egyptian prince, Nefer-Kaptah, discovered its resting place. Despite knowing the risks, he took the book. And then, the tragedy began. His son drowned, his wife went mad. In the end, Nefer-Kaptah took his own life, still clutching the cursed book in his hands. Before he died, he left a message. This knowledge is not meant for mankind, but that didn't stop those who came after. From sealed tombs to mysterious manuscripts drifting across the Mediterranean, the Book of Thoth continued to surface, a whispered curse in the shadows. Was it a divine gift, or an intellectual trap set for those who dared to know too much? The Book of Thoth, merely a myth, or did it once truly exist? When archaeologists began excavating ancient tombs along the Nile, they didn't just uncover gold, mummies, or carvings. They found strange pieces of papyrus, written in ancient Egyptian script, using alternating black and red ink, scattered with mystical symbols that have never been fully deciphered. One of the most famous texts is Papyrus Chester Beatty III, believed to be the earliest record that mentions the Book of Thoth as a hidden, legendary artifact. It tells the story of Nefer-Kaptah, a prince of Memphis who lived during the New Kingdom. Refusing to accept the limits of mortal knowledge, he embarked on a quest for the forbidden book, braving layers of magic and deadly traps set by the god Thoth himself. He found it and lost everything. After Nefer-Kaptah's tragic death, the tale seemed to end. But centuries later, another figure emerged. Setna-Kamwas, son of Pharaoh Ramses II, regarded as one of the most powerful sorcerers in Egyptian history. Like Nefer-Kaptah, Setna was obsessed with the Book of Thoth. He broke into Neferkaptah's tomb, found the book, and was immediately pulled into a nightmarish hallucination. In it, he saw himself die in disgrace, his son burned alive, his wife cursed, reliving Neferkaptah's fate as if it were his own. Terrified by what he had witnessed, Setna returned the book, knelt before the tomb, and begged for forgiveness, an unusual act for a royal prince. Was this just a cautionary tale, or the record of a real event? Some Egyptologists believe that Neferkaptah and Setna were real historical figures, later idealized in literary texts. Others argue that the book wasn't a physical object, but a symbol, a metaphor for forbidden knowledge. Still, the recurring details across manuscripts from different eras and the confirmed existence of tombs bearing the names Neferkaptah and Setna make the story difficult to dismiss. For thousands of years, the same question has lingered. Did the ancient Egyptians truly believe in a book that could summon the dead? Or were they warning us about the danger of humans stepping into the domain of the gods? One thing is certain: everyone who ever touched the Book of Thoth, whether in myth or in reality, was never the same afterward. If it truly existed, the Book of Thoth was not merely an ancient manuscript. It was a tool of absolute power. In ancient transcriptions, the book is said to contain two ultimate spells. First, to know and understand the language of all things, including birds, trees, rivers, and even the souls of the dead. Second, to make the sun rise in the east again, the power to control time itself, to reverse life and death. Other passages describe even more astonishing powers: the ability to see through the underworld, summon the spirits of gods, walk into the afterlife without dying, even force a soul to return to its body. Sounds surreal? But consider it symbolically. Hearing animals speak may represent an understanding of nature's laws, deep empathy with living beings, foundations of ancient medicine and astrology. Summoning spirits and mastering death could be a metaphor for forbidden knowledge, the eternal human desire to overcome mortality. Reversing the sun's course isn't just about defying physics. It's a poetic image of controlling fate and time, powers thought to belong only to the gods. Compared to other legendary forbidden texts, like the Necronomicon in Western myth, or the Clavicula Salomonis, Key of Solomon, the Book of Thoth stands in a realm of its own. It isn't just about magic. It is a declaration, a defiance of the boundary between man and God. Its power doesn't aim to control others, but to disrupt the very order of the universe. And that is precisely why the book was cursed. In ancient Egyptian belief, Ma'at, cosmic order, was sacred. Anyone who disturbed it, even with a single thought, would face consequences from the gods. So the Book of Thoth is dangerous not just for what it contains, but because it awakens humanity's oldest arrogance, the desire to become God. The Book of Thoth defies all logic. It has become an obsession for countless scholars and archaeologists. They're not just searching for a book, they're searching for absolute power. One of them was Walter Emery, a British Egyptologist who excavated many ancient tombs. Every time he got close to the book, strange things happened. Equipment failed. Bizarre dreams plagued him. He claimed to feel an invisible force pulling him into darkness. And Emery wasn't alone. Many occult researchers reported similar experiences. Unsettling dreams, whispers in the night, fleeting shadows at the edge of vision. Henri Delacroix, a French scholar, once possessed a copy of the Book of Thoth. After studying only a few chapters, he vanished without a trace. No one knows why. Rumor has it the book swallowed him whole. Despite the risks, more researchers have taken up the search. Night after night, they descend into abandoned tombs driven by something beyond reason. Illness, fever, even horrific deaths don't stop them. Each discovery only opens up new mysteries. In Alexandria, ancient inscriptions were found, written in a language no one has yet decoded. Some believe the Book of Thoth isn't a single text, but an encoded system of forbidden knowledge. But the deeper they go, the more dangerous it becomes. Those who come too close report paranormal phenomena. It's come to be known as the Curse of Thoth, a warning from the past, or an incomprehensible power at work. Still, the researchers refuse to give up, because within each page lies hope. Hope for enlightenment, or for catastrophe. Maybe the book is still waiting for someone brave enough or reckless enough to open it. The final question remains: who will have the courage to claim its power? Or will the book consume them once more? The Book of Thoth is not just a legend. It was once the spiritual axis of ancient Egyptian belief. To the priests and magicians of Egypt, the book was a sacred secret. They believed it held the words of a god, not commandments, but knowledge. Knowledge of the world, of death, of what lies beyond the shadows. The Egyptians didn't see knowledge as a tool. They saw it as power. And Thoth, the god of wisdom, the scribe of fate, was the embodiment of that power. They said, only the chosen could read the Book of Thoth. All others, if they touched it, would go mad or die. As time passed, the god Thoth became identified with Hermes, the Greek god of wisdom. From that point on, the Book of Thoth crossed Egypt's borders, entering the Hermetic tradition, a mystical philosophy blending magic, religion, and metaphysics. Many ancient Western texts were deeply shaped by this legacy: the Emerald Tablet, the Corpus Hermeticum, medieval grimoires and manuscripts. All of them carry echoes of Thoth, through ideas like, man is a microcosm of the universe. Knowledge can reshape reality. As above, so below. The Book of Thoth became a symbol. No one has ever seen the original, but its ideas have guided generations. Secret societies have openly acknowledged its influence. The Freemasons, the Rosicrucians, and Renaissance-era occult circles. So maybe the book was never buried. Maybe it simply changed form from golden tablets to lines of modern philosophy. No one can say for sure. But one thing's clear. The Book of Thoth doesn't just live in myth. It lives in our desire, our hunger to know everything, even the things we were never meant to. Does the Book of Thoth truly exist, or is it merely a symbol of knowledge that pushes beyond the limits? Archaeologists have never found an original copy of the book. What remains are indirect references, fragmented legends, and incomplete copies. And yet, its recurring presence across different eras is too consistent to ignore. Some researchers believe the Book of Thoth was never a physical object at all. Rather, it may be a collection of principles hidden beneath layers of symbolic language. More like a spiritual map, guiding the mind beyond the boundaries of ordinary perception. From a psychological perspective, The book taps into a deep-rooted human obsession, the desire to touch the forbidden. What is forbidden and what defies logic has always been seductive. It sparks curiosity, but also plants fear. From the standpoint of modern science, the supposed powers of the book, like speaking the language of animals or raising the dead, are impossible to verify. But they reflect a very real human longing, the urge to control the world around us. A theme that repeats throughout mythology, philosophy, and even technology. The curses surrounding the book could be explained by autosuggestion, mass hysteria, or spiritual coincidence. So perhaps, the Book of Thoth does not exist as an object, but it is very real in human imagination, belief, and fear. And if it lives in the human mind, then its power has never truly disappeared. If the Book of Thoth truly exists, would you dare read it? Would you reach for forbidden knowledge to know everything, or turn away to protect yourself? For thousands of years, humanity has pursued absolute power, but every time we come close, there's a price to pay. Truth can be a form of salvation, but it can also lead to destruction. Whether real or symbolic, this book poses one haunting question. Do we truly deserve the knowledge we seek? Because some doors, once open, can never be closed again. If what you've just heard sent chills down your spine, hit like so we know you're out there. And subscribe to the channel to uncover even more terrifying mysteries in the episodes to come. The story isn't over.